I also want to be really clear that trauma needs to be treated differently than other conditions. So regular talk therapy, CBT, these kinds of things work wonderful for people who are just experiencing depression or anxiety, kind of not related to the trauma. These forms of therapy can really help us in times of crises, problem solving, all of this. When you have PTSD and you've experienced either PTSD or complex PTSD, you need a different form of therapy because those other forms of talk therapy, they're engaging you right here, right? But whenever this trauma is triggered, this part goes right offline. So that's why, I don't know if you're familiar with DBT, but I used to be a DBT program coordinator. And we used to express, in DBT, it's dialectical behavioral therapy. And we teach a lot of coping skills, which are very important, like, ability to like regulate our emotions and tolerate distress. And people would say, Rachel, as soon as this thing happened, I didn't even remember what a coping skill was. That is not where my brain was. That was not what, I was not thinking in that lens. When I was triggered, it was fight, freeze, whatever, their kind of go-to responses, dissociate. And so this is not to say that we can't over time learn these like coping skills. They're definitely helpful. But when you're looking at really healing, you need to seek out someone who really specializes in trauma therapy. And there's a number, it doesn't have to be EMDR, it doesn't have to be sensory motor psychotherapy. There's a number of things that work for trauma, but you need somebody who really specializes in that. It needs to be treated differently than other conditions for us to really heal. The good news is that it's possible to heal.